Hello everyone, how are you doing? Here we go again. I am stuck in here in my basement, in my gay cave, because there's so many things to do here. I can't believe I have this many seeds that I need to sow like as soon as possible, because if I don't sow them now, they are not going to bloom beautifully for me in my garden. But you know, right now it's almost 10 o'clock at night. I am also wondering what time you usually sow your seeds. Is it in the morning, in the daytime, or at nighttime, or late night like this? I end up sowing seed this time of the day all the time because in the morning I have to rush to work, and on the weekend I prefer to be outside doing something in the garden, you know. And this is like the only time that I have the time to sow the seed. I cannot sow all of this tonight, so I have to pick the seed that I'm going to sow tonight first, which is going to be my priority. Things that is peppers. Oh my gosh, I have to sow peppers now. If I don't sow them now, I would not be able to harvest. So peppers priority. Whew. Whew. Wow.
Yeah, intuition, just wanna follow intuition. All my senses tell me I know what you've been thinking. I've been feeling, what if we gotta pick this party? Cause I can see you're probably gonna be scrolling feeds all night long. Your friends are drunk, and the DJ keeps playing the same songs, and time isn't moving along. So would it be cool to say, do you wanna escape without ending the night? We could drive through all of the city lights, or we could find a two-song place, just you and I. That'd be nice. Do you want to escape with me? Oh, oh, oh. Do you want to escape with me?
Just like cooking and arranging flowers, the actual process of sowing the seed in the soil doesn't take long time at all, but it is the planning, the preparation, the cleaning, the aftermath, and everything else that take a lot of time. Can you imagine if I do soil blocking or I have to clean the cell tray to sow these babies? I would have to go to bed 2 o'clock in the morning. And I also pick the seed that would not mind to be transplanted. That's why I use this method. I am going to just sow them in this tray. There's no drainage in this tray, so I have to be careful that I don't overwater it. And the benefit of this is that it's going to be so much cleaner than have the drainage, because the water will not run off from the tray. And I save the numbers of the trays that I'm going to use, because I don't need to put like, you know, another tray underneath this. But again, it's kind of risky that you can overwater these babies. So I kind of lift it up, you know, it should not be too heavy. If it's too heavy, that means there's too much water. This kind of require of experience, but once you get used to it, it's, you know, not that difficult. This tray gonna be all the peppers. Okay, no. This is going to be calendula. And now I am going to sow the seed with my clean hands, and that's why I prepare everything to be ready so I don't touch the soil ever again tonight. I need clean hands to handle the seed. Then I'm gonna sow it, and then I'm done. I have 4 kinds of status here, but it doesn't matter anymore to label them. So I'm going to just sow off these 4 colors in this tray. This tray is going to be vegetables except the love in the mess, but I am sowing here because I run out of room. However, love in a mist is edible flowers, so maybe you can eat it later. By the way, this kale is from dollar store. I have this for like 3 or 4 years already. I hope they germinate. Last year they did though. For bigger seed, you wanna bury them a little bit. Next tray is flowers, canterbury bell, scabiosa, and coreopsis. This one I saved from my garden from last year. Some people said you have to bury them like either this way or this way. I don't remember, but it's gonna bury them. Just because I don't remember and I run out of time already. Just bury them, whatever. Scabiosa always have lower germination rate. So if you ever wanna grow scabiosa, always oversow the seed, okay? Because not all of them is going to germinate. Sometimes, all the seed that I already sow here, maybe only like 25% is going to germinate. Who knows? So I'm gonna sow them all. And also, if you keep the scabiosa seed too long, the germination is going to be like very terrible. Next one is calendula, and I have about 10 million varieties. Finally, chili peppers. A lot of them are spicy, like real spicy. This one from my garden last year. Oh, this is gonna be burning. I usually don't sow seed this densely. Usually I don't sow too many seeds in one tray because I'm trying to save the seed for the following years. But these seeds, they are older. And also I just learned that, if I keep saving the seed, they are going to expire. I might have to thin some of them out. But I kind of expect that the germination rate is going to be low and that I don't have to thin them out too much. Like these chili peppers, they are 3 or 4 years old and I don't expect that all of them is going to germinate.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground
Come here.
days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on, time sings a song. In the old neighborhood,
It's okay.
as the clock strikes one,
It's okay.
memory lives just as it stood, like a quiet dream. The shadows of that time are cast beneath the streetlight beam. As the world moves on, time sings a song. Don't cry, don't cry. As the days move along, you can remember their song. I remember the days. Looking back, I can't see clearly how we had it made. And I remember every face. And when I think of them, it takes me to that time and place. As the world moves on, time sings a song. Don't cry, don't cry. As the days move along.
Good morning. I feel like I stuck in my basement for a long time. Actually not that long, but I feel like long time. And today I decided I am going to spend 1 hour outside before I go to work because the temperature is pretty warm today and just want to get fresh air. Finn and his brother have been pooping in my mushroom compost pile. These guys are like too fancy. They only eat fancy feast. Sometimes we have to feed them with chicken, and sometimes when they don't like the food, they just walk to the neighbor house, which is unacceptable, and we should not allow them to do that anymore. That's why we spend a lot of money on them, just to, have them closer to us than the neighbor. And even when they poop on the most expensive matter, like this mushroom compost pile. Jason have been looking up, if their poop is going to hurt us. And the Google said that you actually need to eat the poop to get sick, if you put the poop in the garden, it could hurt your plant a little bit if it's like too much, but this should be fine. But anyway, it's really, really smelly. A lot of people asking me, Crane, how come your Snapdragons are so strong, so big, so full, so double, so vibrant, so gorgeous, so magnificent, so this and that? And that's because first, I feed them heavily with organic mushroom compost and organic flower fertilizer. Secondly, I pick the cut flower specialty varieties. If you go to your local garden center, you would find the variety that are meant to go in a landscape. They are shorter, the bloom are not as big as the cut flower specialty variety. And the third reason, because I train them to be strong. I sow the seed very early, maybe a month ago, and then I training them outside right now for them to, be able to feel cold a little bit, so they build their muscle, and I will transplant them out when the temperature is around like 40 degrees on average, and they are going to sit here and they will do almost nothing until spring when the temperature is like about 50 or 60, and then when they kick off, and then they will bloom beautifully for you later. You also want to make sure that your soil is fluffy. This is fluffy, okay? And this is not fluffy, you see? This is not. When you grow other kinds of cut flowers like sunflowers, zinnias, cosmos, or maybe perennial flowers, you can get away with your garden soil if your garden soil is already healthy. But for Snapdragon, although your garden soil is good for other flowers, they are such a demanding plants. To have them bloom big and beautiful, you really need to feed them like I do. You don't have to believe me now, because I will show you later, and then you will say, ah, Crane, you're right. These are the leaves shredded that I and Jason made. Actually, just Jason made last fall from the leaves that fell down in our garden. And he used the machine that to shred the leaves. They are so good. They will make your soil very, very fluffy, and they will degrade. The reason why I put a lot of them here because it's gonna rain for a few 2 days, and they are going to sink, and a month later, they can become like just this thick because now they are fluffy, but they are going to degrade very, very fast. I put the leaf mound in this bed in fall too, and you can see now they almost like mix in with the compost and the soil, and it's make my soil so fluffy, and it's very healthy for your plants, and they are going to bloom beautifully for you. I also have Snapdragons here that I overwinter from last season, and I hope they come back. I bury them underneath this leaf mound, and hoping that this leaf mound keep them warm enough for the roots to survive, and then they will sprout early on in spring when the temperature is around like 50 or 60, I believe.
To live without your love, it's like I've been waiting